Good morning, everybody. My name is Genevieve Azam. I come from a northern country, an old industrial country. I'm in France, and I want to thank you warmly for this invitation to testify here about climate change disasters. I am an economist, and I am also the spokesperson of Attaque France. It is an organization, a social movement, a social and ecological movement which struggles against corporate globalization, against climate change too. So, what I want to say first is that the Western civilization has promoted freedom and emancipation for people and societies, few people, few societies. So emancipation as getting out of nature, as dominating nature. The promises of prosperity and peace that are the claimed outcomes of capitalist globalization and global growth are turning into a nightmare. A persistence and worsening of poverty and inequality, resource depletion, climate change, natural disasters, violence, and decivilization. The project of rational control over the nature is now collapsing. And what is new, that this collapse is also in the old industrial countries, which have promoted it. And the answer is always violence and acceleration. I would like to testify here about this violence that we meet when we struggle to protect Mother Earth, even in our countries. A month ago, in France, a young man, 24 years old, has been killed by the army. He was fighting pacifically against a dam which is destroying one of the last wet area we have in South France. Industrial countries have an historical liability in climate change, as Pablo has said. They have an ecological debt regarding peoples and regarding nature. This debt can't be offset as green economy, green capitalism would want to. This debt is an ethical and political debt. The question is now, how to live together with Mother Earth and not how to grow, which is the question of financial institutions and governments all over the world. Growth, even green growth, is not the solution, it's the problem. Global warming is caused by increasing emissions of greenhouse gases due to increased production, demanding increased use of fossil fuels and so on. Contrary to the teaching of most economists, global growth doesn't only draw on labor and capital, it requires energy and natural resources. These resources are limited, and cannot be replaced by technical capital. So we have the responsibility to promote another way of life, way of living with Mother Earth, and not only on it and not against it. We have to break our addiction to growth, first in northern countries. We need political choices that lead to a voluntary and anticipatory reduction in the use of energy and materials. We need a redefinition of our needs and to the choice of frugal abundance. We need an anticipation of the forced recession that in a growth-based society leads to social and political disaster. It questions the Western norm of progress, which has been imposed on the whole planet. It involves a relocation of activities, a redistribution of wealth, a newfound sense of work, convivial and soft technologies, slowing down and giving power back to grassroots communities. For the Global South, where basic needs of population are not met, we have also to call not to enter a growth-based society. We have to call to break free from the economic and cultural domination of the global north, to regain a sense of self-restraint and moderation, which is often already to be found in their traditional cultures, in the rights of nature. As Caroline Merchant wrote, she is a North American ecofeminist. Mother Earth contains the limits we need now to recognize to be able to face nature and society's collapse. These limits are the rights of nature. Thank you.